Welcome to the Mamilennials Podcast, where we don't claim to have all the answers, just a willingness to figure it out. We're your hosts, Jocelyn
and Lauren, proud girl moms and best friends sharing our take on mommyhood. Whether you're changing a dirty diaper, stuck in traffic, or just have a minute to yourself,
we're so happy you're here. Hi.
Hello there.
Oh, okay. Is that like Bluey or something?
Sure. Yeah, I guess so. Or Peppa Pig.
Oh, yeah.
No, that's not it. That's not how it goes.
I have no idea, which, gives me a lot of anxiety that Aurora doesn't know all these modern TV shows all these other kids are watching.
You
don't think so?
What did you say? You felt guilty?
Yeah, like, I don't know. Just like, I don't know. Am I doing her a disservice?
Did she watch stuff in Spanish? Lulipampin.
Mainly Lulipampin.
You don't want to introduce some other options?
Girl, she's obsessed. I've tried. I put Canticos on the other day. Canticos is on YouTube. And well, I saw on Canticos Instagram story that somebody was watching or they put, a video up. And I was like, oh my gosh, Canticos has videos? Yes, we love these songs. And so
that's how I introduced Canticos to Mila.
Really?
Through the YouTube
so,
videos.
I have all the books and I play the music. I didn't know about the YouTube videos.
I didn't know about the books.
Oh, yeah, there are books. We've got all the books. And so I put it on. I'm like, okay, she likes these songs. We sing them often. She watched it for a little bit and really enjoyed it. And then, no gusta música, quiere Lulipampin.
So what about it does she like?
I think it's not as stimulating as other shows, but it's more stimulating than the stuff she's supposed to actually watch. Or not supposed to, right? Because technically she's still not supposed to watch anything. But it's busy. There's a lot of moving pieces. A little. A little addicted.
Do you think it's helping her with her language development?
It's not hurting.
Okay.
I don't know what's helping her language development. And that's where
non-stop talking.
Yeah, I talk so much. I narrate every single part of life. So I don't know if it's that. It's not hurting for sure.
I was thinking about you today as I was driving in the car with Mila. I was going to say dead quiet, but it wasn't actually dead quiet. We were listening to Little Mermaid songs.
Yeah.
And I was like, I should be talking to her. And then I was like, I'm tired.
Yeah. In the car, if it's just me and her, that's one of the only places I don't really talk to her.
Why?
I think a lot of times I'm just driving or I'm really happy that she's keeping herself entertained.
With what?
She's just looking out the window or sometimes she'll have a book or a little toy. That car that I left here, remember?
Oh, did you take it?
Yeah, you gave it back.
Okay, yeah. Mila did.
This little car. Yeah. That then she looks for mi carro, mama.
It's funny because I was trying to have a conversation with Mila in the car the other day. And she was like, Mommy, can you put the volume back up?
Dead.
Because I lowered it a little bit.
Dead.
And she was like, yeah, you're cutting into my time. I already can't watch anything during the week.
Yeah.
So the fact that I'm getting some type of entertainment during the week,
yeah,
you're not cutting into my time.
Yeah. I'll talk to her
Humbling,
in the car.
Always.
When she talks to me. If a bus passes by, she's like, un bus, mama.
Aww.
And I'm like, sí, ahí va un bus. Or if we're in traffic, she says, muchos carros. And I say, sí, hay muchos carros. And then, I'm like, estamos en tráfico, vamos para acá. Toda esta gente va para su casa o al trabajo. Bla, 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 bla. ¿Qué colores ve? Yo creo que ve un carro rojo. ¿Ve uno rojo? And then she's like, rojo. Homegirl, you don't even see a red car. ¿Qué color es ese? And now she's getting better at actually naming the colors, but for the longest time it's been ¿Qué color es este? Or ese, or ¿Qué color es el pantalón de tía Lauren? Amarillo azul. And I'm like, no.
I am just always so impressed by your ability to stay strong with the language thing.
Girl.
It's just not ever been an option for you not to.
Well, it was really hard at the beginning to not speak to her in English because life is in English.
Yeah. I don't know. You make it look so easy.
Thank you.
Ever since the beginning.
Just effortless. No, it was really hard. I mean, I realized it was hard when I was pregnant because, I talked to her all the time when I was pregnant. And I was like, I used to say, okay, I'm speaking to her in English. I want her to speak Spanish. I need to speak to her in Spanish. And then she was born, and even my parents would speak to her in English, and, life is in English. And then we were at the pediatrician's office, and I was speaking to her in Spanish, and the pediatrician asked me, do you want her to speak Spanish? And I said, yes, that's my goal, for her to speak Spanish. And he said, what you need to do is, he said, if you speak to her in Spanish, when she learns to talk, she's going to speak Spanish. But when she goes to school, she's going to start learning English. And when she comes home, she's going to speak to you in English. You need to
stay strong,
and make sure she's talking to you in Spanish. Because it's two different parts of the brain. And that's how you end up with kids who understand Spanish, but don't speak it.
Mm-hmm.
And I have just taken that. It makes me really nervous now that she's going to start school.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of her starting school makes me nervous in terms of language.
Mm-hmm.
But I think if she comes to me and speaks English, it's going to be really hard for me to remember not just to speak to her in Spanish, but to make sure, make her repeat things.
Mm-hmm.
I was having this conversation with my cousin the other day. She said, I've always spoken to my kids in English, but when they speak to me, it's just a lot of work to say, hoy dígalo en español, or, whatever, because you're busy.
Mm-hmm.
And, they don't want to put their shoes on before soccer practice. And they're like, I don't want to. Are you really going to sit there and be like, me tiene que decir que no quiere en español?
Yeah.
When you're already 15 minutes late.
Yeah.
And I'm like, yeah, that's a good point. So I'm really proud of all the Spanish we've been speaking, all the words she says, and the amount of Spanish she speaks. I'm really proud of that now. I'm also really nervous to keep it up now that she's starting school in the fall.
Yeah, so there's this book that I bought really early on. I forget the actual title. It's like Raising a Bilingual Child or something like that, or Raising Bilingual Children.
Mm-hmm.
And it's a handbook. It's not a book.
Oh.
It's a handbook. And it's not just for parents, but it's for educators as well to use.
Oh, wow.
And I didn't get through the book.
Mm-hmm.
I got through the first couple pages, and it was exactly what you just said.
Oh.
And that's when I quickly was like, this is not gonna work for me.
Mm-hmm.
Because I just can't do it. I mean, I'm literally just being honest.
Yeah.
When you're like, life is in English,
mm-hmm.
I enjoy life in English.
Yeah.
And I connect with her in English.
Mm-hmm.
I struggle with that, though.
Mm-hmm.
I struggle with choosing the easy route, knowing that I do want Spanish to be a part of her life.
Mm-hmm.
I also think that we're in different situations, though.
Oh, for sure.
Like for a few different reasons.
Yeah.
Like, one, I don't have family that speaks Spanish here that she sees all the time. Like, my uncle only speaks in English, for example. Aside from that, I don't have anyone else. My parents speak Spanish, and when they're around the girls, they do speak in Spanish for the most part, but a lot of the time it's in English as well. And we're also not going back to my parents' home countries regularly.
Yeah.
Where they would have to talk to them in Spanish. However, I have started to realize that, well, actually, before I dive into that, the other aspect of it is that my husband speaks other languages. And so we start to combine Spanish, French, Arabic, English. And
It's a lot.
it's a lot, and it's a little overwhelming for everybody involved.
Yeah.
Because it is kind of like a switch where it's like, oh, like you said, you know, when she comes home, you have to turn the Spanish switch back on.
Mm-hmm.
And for us, it's like mom speaks to you in Spanish, dad speaks to you in French, grandma on dad's side will talk to you in French, and grandpa on dad's side will talk to you in Arabic, and grandma on mom's side and grandpa on mom's side is going to speak to you in Spanish. It's messy.
It's a lot. And
It's
for a
not
little
messy,
brain.
but it's a lot, and there's like so many roles that people have, and you have as mom, we have to ensure that everyone is doing their part to
Absolutely.
keep that train going, and that is another thing added to our plate that I'm just like,
Well, and then in your case, the universal language that everyone speaks is English.
mm-hmm.
And so to communicate with each other, your father-in-law can sure speak to your kids in Arabic, but he can't speak to you in Arabic.
No. I mean, sometimes he tries to teach me some words, and I'm like, brother, it ain't happening. He's like, you know, sugar and azúcar are really similar in Arabic. I think sugar's the word. And I'm like, cool.
It's a lot.
It is a lot.
Yeah.
But it's something that what I was going to say was, what's interesting is the lower the pressure that I'm putting on it has actually created a little bit of an opening for Mila to find her own interest in learning Spanish.
Mm-hmm.
So I think there's a different angle to it where it's not necessarily a necessity. I don't know if that's the right word. No, not a necessity, but an obligation.
Yeah.
You know, and more of like an interesting part of your culture that you want to have a connection with.
Mm-hmm.
I think that if she was fully Latina, no other country involved, it would be a different story. In that, I think there would be more emphasis. I don't know that I'd be as good as you, but I think I would try harder.
Mm-hmm. It's really hard.
It is.
It's really hard. And one thing that I've been thinking about a lot is because she's talking so much, she's starting to talk to me and Steve. We're starting to have family conversations.
In Spanish.
Mm-hmm. Because she initiates the conversation. Mm-hmm. So she's bringing in, but Steve and I speak to each other in English.
Mm-hmm.
And so I have been thinking about when we have more serious conversations, as she gets older, will those be in Spanish? Will those be in English? And once my parents are really nervous about her going to school in the fall and not speaking English. And I understand their nervousness. I resonate with it. Can
I give you some peace of mind?
Sure.
I've seen kids at Mila's school, which is a French school, not know a lick of English, and it's a French school. And by the end of the year, they know English.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure she'll pick it up.
From a social aspect,
yeah,
she's going to pick it up so quickly.
I know. It still makes me nervous that she'll be lost for a little while.
Of course,
right? Like, and it makes me sad, and I'm like, am I a good mom? All of those things.
She could be easily lost with Spanish as well, though. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So thankfully, the school that she goes to has a Spanish-speaking teacher in every classroom. Not that they have a lot of kids that come in just speaking Spanish, but, huge benefit. They teach Spanish. They teach Spanish and French, so that's probably why. So there will be someone there to, help her, guide her through her days until she kind of gets the hang of it. But my parents are big on, we need to start teaching her English now. And I just feel like once I open the can of English worms, I'm not going to go back.
Yeah.
And all of this work would have been lost because it's just more comfortable. Like Steve and I rarely speak to each other in Spanish. Only when we want to talk in secret.
Does she pick up on that you guys are speaking a different language? I know it's a little young,
I don't know. I mean, she says words in English here and there. Like, she says hot, really hot, dog, but not like a that's the dog, like a dog. She also says curse words, which my parents hate.
What curse words is she saying?
Girl, like she'll drop something and she'll go, damn it. She'll go, damn it. And she'll pick it up. Or
I mean, you always felt okay with her
yeah,
cursing.
I mean,
not her cursing, but
I just ignore it.
You're open to people cursing around
her. Like I don't watch my mouth. So it doesn't surprise me that she does it. And like I just ignore it because I feel like other words get big reactions. Those words don't get a reaction. She will, and then she's going to have to learn where you can and can't say certain words. Like we all have to learn that. But yeah, she'll say a few words here and there. We've heard damn it a couple times. Or she'll drop something or something will happen and she'll go, oh shit.
It's so It's so interesting that your parents feel worried about it because I don't know, that's so foreign to me. I feel like I don't know, I feel
We have to understand I went to school speaking Spanish and English.
Oh, so okay. How were they able to
My mom was a
that?
nanny. My mom was a nanny for a kid who only spoke English. She had taught him Spanish, but that family let my mom bring me. And so I learned English
through that
when I was about Aurora's age.
And then the household you spoke only
in the household
Spanish.
We spoke in Spanish, and then there I learned English. And as I've grown older, I speak to my parents in English now most of the time. Now with Aurora, I speak to them more in Spanish because my brain's just more in Spanish mode. But I speak to them in English. I speak to my mother-in-law in English. I mean,
yeah.
And then Katie learned English. I mean, Katie was 2 and she didn't speak any English. And that's when she would start going outside to play. And so when my mom realized that she would come back inside because she didn't understand the other kids, it was around this time of year. She was 2 years old. She has just turned 2. And my mom was like, okay, no more Spanish for Katie. All of you all will speak to her in English. And that whole summer, we only spoke to Katie in English.
That's so interesting. So maybe your parents are thinking about that as well.
Oh, for sure. And now they're speaking to Aurora in English. Like hot, really hot. She's learned that from them. There are a couple other things she says that I just can't remember.
Are you okay with that?
I'm okay with it. Yeah. And sometimes I'll try to do English. Like if she'll see something, if I remember, like, she'll say luz and I'll say sí, luz. In English, light. Puede decir light?
I see.
Light.
I do the same thing, but for Spanish.
So I try to do that a little bit more. And I'll probably try and do that a little bit more in the summer. Like she'll say, come here. She speaks to the dog in English.
That's funny.
She'll say like, stop, buddy, sit, come, potty.
That's really cute.
Let's go. Yeah.
It's really cute. So for us growing up, we attended Spanish immersion, which was all of our classes were in Spanish.
Yeah.
In elementary school. And then middle school, we were automatically placed in Spanish classes in high school as well. And it was funny because we would come back home from school and my parents would do this thing. We would have family dinner every night and they would do this thing where they'd be like, we're not answering if it's on Spanish.
Oh my gosh, my parents would do that too.
And it was just annoying because we'd be like, all right, we're not talking then.
Yeah, that was Katie.
I mean, we literally would have dinners in pure silence. Girl. Yeah. Because Stephanie...
You guys are strong-willed.
Yeah, we were.
Because I would give in. I'd be like, okay, vamos a hablar en español.
Girl.
But Katie would be like, I know you understand. She used to say that to my mom.
So Yassine's parents, they speak to Mila in French like all the time.
I've heard them.
Yeah, they're really good about it. And lately they've been saying, oh, you need to teach us Spanish too.
Oh.
And so I'm like, is it because you want me to teach you, or do you want me to talk to Mila in Spanish? And they're like, no, we want to learn too. What we have collectively realized is that there are a lot of words in Spanish that are similar to the words in French. And so sometimes I do feel a little bad that I haven't made more of an effort to learn more French.
I feel like you know a lot of French.
I think I know a decent amount.
Yeah.
But I don't speak it as well. I don't speak it enough, I should say.
Do you try with his family?
No.
Do you try with Yassine?
Yeah, but like joking around.
Oh.
I try with Mila, and then Mila puts me in my place. But you know what it is, though? I feel safer practicing with Mila.
Of course, yeah.
Because there's no judgment.
Yeah.
Well, I say that, and then she makes fun of me, and she's like, Mommy, you speak Spanish. You don't speak French.
That's hilarious.
Yeah. She's like, Mommy, you speak Spanish. Papa talks in French. What are you doing?
That's so funny.
I know. And I'm like, dang. But, you know, I've enjoyed this whole open conversation around language. In the beginning, it gave me a lot of anxiety. When I say in the beginning, I mean when I got married, and then when we had a kid, and then the start of school. I was just like, this feels very scary.
Yeah.
And one of the bigger things that we discussed when talking about school was the importance of our kids having Spanish classes as well. So, are my kids going to be the best Spanish speakers out there? No. Am I? Absolutely not. And if their stronger language ends up being French, because we're able to keep up with it more with, you know, Yassine's side, or also realistically visiting Algeria, visiting France, we, you know, go there often enough. So being exposed to that side of it more, that ends up, you know, encouraging Mila to have a stronger connection to the French language. I'm fine with that. I just think it's important to have bilingualism.
Yeah.
Well, in this case, what is it? Trilingual?
Yeah. Or like multilingual, however you want to put it. A polyglot, if you will.
Polyglot is more than 3, right?
No. I think so, yeah.
I just think that it needs to be more than just English.
Yeah.
So I'm perfectly fine with it being French primarily. I do still want the Spanish involved there, though, too.
You know, it's so interesting to hear you say all of this, because I see a very real reality where your girls speak Spanish just as well as they do French.
Yeah.
And just as well as they do English, just because Yassine, I mean, you guys always say like, oh, he doesn't really speak Spanish, but he does.
No, I don't say that anymore. Because
Yassine's Spanish to me is fluent. I don't know if he knows how to read or write it, but he can definitely speak Spanish.
I think if he can read it, he understands it more if he's able to read the words.
Like Yassine speaks English, French, Arabic, and Spanish. I confidently, fluently.
Yeah.
He can have conversations. He can go to those speaking countries, and he is absolutely fine.
Yeah.
And because of that, I feel like your girls will be absolutely fine.
Yeah. No, I have confidence in it too. I think what I'm trying to really get at is I don't want there to be pressure. And I don't like pressure. I think there still needs to be some discipline behind it, though.
Yeah.
You know?
So, yeah.
I wanted to, I don't know. I'm still trying to figure myself out as a parent regarding certain things. Like, what am I choosing to be strict about? Family values. Is it language? Maybe. Homework, academics. Homework, academics, not necessarily homework, but like academics, I think. I don't know if strict is a word either, but like.
But it's a high value.
Yeah. Athletics. I'm trying to figure out what I really care about that I want to instill a sense of discipline behind.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
I'm trying to figure it out.
Okay.
I just know that the low pressure outlook on that, it comes from feeling like there was a little bit of pressure on me and stuff growing up that I was just like, dude, chill.
Do you feel like you would speak Spanish without that pressure?
It's a very valid question. I was also going to say, kind of to your point, do I think that I would have ended up speaking as well as I do today if they didn't add that pressure? I don't know.
So I think about growing up, my parents, specifically my mom, was always like, I don't know if outwardly, I don't remember her saying something, but the belief was that we needed to speak Spanish because we needed to help people who couldn't speak English. And speaking Spanish was really important, and it was going to play a really large role in our lives because because there are going to be more Spanish speakers, and, you know, in many different ways, it was going to be a part of our future careers, all of it. And that has been true for me and Katie. Maybe she spoke it into existence. And, you know, one thing that my mom and I have talked about in recent years was me translating, not for her. I know that's, you know, a reality for a lot of Mamilennials, a lot of our listeners, you know, having to translate for their parents at very young ages. I was extremely fortunate to not have to do that. I mean, with my dad, you know, sometimes we would, you know, teach him words or, you know, whatever. But for the most part, they could both hold their own. You know, my mom came to the States and took English courses, and her English is really good. But one of my earliest memories, aside from me sitting in the chair when my mom dropped me off in daycare or whatever in Head Start for the first time, is a kid coming to school and him not speaking English. And my mom says that they used to call her and say, is it okay for Jocelyn to translate? You know, and so I was 3 years old translating to this kid's parents and to other kids. And that's something that I've done my entire life. The other day we were at the store and a woman wasn't understanding the cashier. And I just said, you know, ¿habla español? ¿Necesita ayuda? And that's just like a part of who I am. And it's something that my mom always did growing up too. And I always saw her do that. Like if she saw someone struggling, she would say, yo hablo inglés, ¿necesita ayuda? And, you know, yo le puedo traducir at the doctor, in hospital settings, right? Even if it takes us a little bit longer, we've always, you know, done that. Even, you know, all these hospital stays that I've had, there's been multiple times where the translator isn't translating things, or you know, the iPad isn't connected. And I've said to the doctor, like, you know, I can help. I can translate. I'm happy to do that. Or, you know, people next to me will say, pues le puede decir al doctor, blah, 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 blah. And my mom now feels like that was a really heavy burden to put on a 3-year-old. As she, you know, goes through her own journey of reliving her childhood and making sense of her life and motherhood. She has said, you know, that was like a really big thing to put on such a little girl. And maybe it was, but it's something that always brought me a lot of pride. But because she says that, you know, that it was a large burden to put on a little girl, I don't want Aurora to feel that sense of responsibility. But I struggle because I want her to help when it's clear that someone needs help, because that's the right thing to do. And in our family, we do what's right and we help others whenever we can. But I don't want her to feel like I have to speak Spanish because I have to help other people. That is a big responsibility.
Right.
I want her to speak Spanish because it is her culture.
Bingo. So this all resonates with me a lot because I was in a similar boat where there were a lot of moments as an adult that it came into play.
Mm-hmm.
And I was kind of like, okay, I see what y'all did. I get it. Because similarly, they would say the same thing to us. This is going to open doors. This is going to help your career. This is going to do all of the things.
Yeah.
All the positive things. And there was also the aspect of culture kind of intertwined in there. And I saw it come to true fruition, you know, as an adult when I started being in spaces where they weren't around. And I would see people struggling to speak English and I would jump in and help. And I'm like, oh, damn, like I'm glad that I know how to speak Spanish. Where I really have seen it help a lot is my more recent jobs, because as a facilities management professional, I've connected a lot with vendors that speak Spanish, facility workers that speak Spanish. And it's almost like I have an in with them versus, I mean, and they say it all the time. They would say it all the time. Like, I'm glad I'm working with you and not that other white lady, you know? And it's almost like a badge of honor, and I'm grateful for it. And it does make me feel connected to my culture, even though I don't have access to all of the things that make me feel Venezuelan or Paraguayan. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I want that connection for my daughters as well. I just don't want it to be forced. And I don't know. Maybe that's just a general feeling that I have about a lot of things. I don't want to force. There's a lot of things I don't want to force on them. I want them to be able to choose to do certain things. But when it comes to language, I feel like they kind of have to follow our lead with that.
Yeah, it's tough.
It is. But I do strongly believe that it is important to have multiple languages under your belt when it comes to career opportunities. I think it does make a really big difference. You don't agree?
I don't know.
I think it really does.
I think it depends on what you do. I think obviously it won't hurt you and it's a big plus. It's not unimportant, but it's also out of a lot of people's control, whether they speak another language or not.
Yeah, but I've seen and heard so many people really struggle with not speaking another language and feeling like they don't have as much value to bring to the table. It definitely depends on what industry you're in and what role we're talking about. But even outside of jobs, though, I hear people say it all the time. I wish I learned Spanish. I wish I had another language under my belt. People that care to live in a diverse country. You know, I really do think it makes a difference.
I think it makes a difference. Yeah. Yeah, I think I can agree with that. I think it makes a difference. And I think that's why we're trying to do it, right? Because it makes a difference.
Yeah. Whether that's the job that they want to get into or helping people or connecting with their culture. Like, I think there's just a lot that goes under that same umbrella.
So I struggle with being first generation and feeling really connected to my culture. Aurora being second generation. And we go to El Salvador often. I think she will do that as long as I'm alive. I wonder how much she will do that
on her own.
On her own. Yeah, if she has her own family, will she take her kids?
What if she marries someone that's not Salvadoran?
Well, I mean, Steve isn't Salvadoran.
That's true. Or not Latino.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
And then she's like, "No, I'm gonna leech onto that country."
Well,
no, it's like I joke about it, but it's like it happens.
And I think about if she decides to have kids, her kids being Latino, half Latino, full, right? Whatever that looks like. And if they will speak Spanish. And I think about other groups that have gone through multiple generations of Americans.
Mm-hmm.
And at one point in time, they all spoke their native tongue.
Mm-hmm.
And then there was a generation that didn't.
Mm-hmm.
And that could be Aurora.
Yeah. Especially, I know we just joked about it, but bicultural families are so much more prominent now.
Mm-hmm.
And sometimes it goes in one direction, sometimes it goes in another, sometimes it's a total blend.
Yeah.
You know? And when those things happen, then it does kind of change one side or the other. You know,
Mhm.
one of them goes up or down. Like, it's just, yeah, it's really interesting how much we've evolved in that aspect. Language itself has evolved quite a bit, especially in the United States.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. It's really fascinating.
It is really fascinating. One thing that I don't know why I'm thinking about is how much my Spanish has improved teaching her Spanish. Because I will see something and I'm like, how do you say that in Spanish? And then I will either come back to me or I'll look it up. And then, my Spanish has improved so much.
I love that for you.
So
I'm feeling inspired.
Good.
No, like I do speak to Mila in Spanish frequently. It's not all the time, but it is every day.
Yeah.
I do talk to.
I feel like you've been doing it a lot more.
I do talk to them every day about it. Well, it's because she has shown more interest in it.
Mm-hmm.
You know.
Yeah.
And
when I feel like you've been doing a really good job at. You can watch something, but it has to be in Spanish.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I try to do that too, or French. So
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, okay, we got to keep that train moving. Her French is. That's the other thing. I'm kind of
more lenient.
I'm more lenient. Thank you. That is the right word. I'm more lenient with it because her progression with French,
girl,
has been legit.
Homegirl's French is fire.
Yeah. And it's so cute.
It's adorable. Steve speaks French.
Uh-huh.
Obviously not as well as Yassine, but pretty well. And he is always obsessed when he hears I was going to say Aurora. When he hears Mila speak French, he goes home and then he tries to speak to Aurora in French. It lasts a couple hours. And then we've moved on.
A couple hours is pretty good.
Then we've moved on.
So he wants Aurora to speak French?
He does, yeah. He does. He wants her to learn French.
Well,
which, to me, kind of like you were saying Spanish class or whatever, to me, once it gets to the point where she's got to pick a language, I feel pretty confident teaching her Spanish at home. Also because Katie and I both read it really well. Katie writes, I write it relatively well. Katie writes it professionally. So I feel pretty confident about being able to teach her that I would want her to learn that in school.
Yeah.
Learn French in school because Steve speaks it. So, they can have their little thing.
Yeah.
Do you want to play a game?
Sure. I was just laughing at they can have their little
They
thing.
can have their little thing. Their little thing French.
A game.
You want to play a game?
I'm always down for a game.
Okay.
But is this going to embarrass me?
Not necessarily.
How do you play?
Okay. Have you heard of the game Sabo? Or Yo Sabo, I think it's called.
No.
So it's basically you translate words. So I'll say, how do you say microphone in Spanish? And then you would say...
Micrófono.
There we go.
Mm-hmm.
And, either you get it or you don't.
Word or phrase?
Either one.
Okay. So, are you just trying to test my Spanish skills or are we just trying to, how should we do this? I'm going to test yours.
Oh, gosh. Here I am I only speak Spanish.
Yeah. You have it? You have a list?
I asked Gemini for a list.
Do you have it up?
I have it up.
Let me see it.
No, I'm scared.
This makes me think of when you're learning Spanish as a younger kid and you're like, how do you say embarrassed? Embarazada.
Yeah. That's probably what's going to happen. I'm going to need to relax. Okay, are you going to ask me?
Yeah.
Are they hard? I should have looked at them. I should have cheated.
Okay, how do you say pressure cooker?
How do you say pressure cooker?
In Spanish.
Would it be like olla a presión?
Yes, that is correct.
Ding, 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 ding.
Did you study what Gemini said?
Absolutely not.
Okay.
I just speak Spanish. Let me not jinx myself.
How do you say the bills or utility bills, for example?
Cobro de utilidad. Recibo. What is it?
Facturas.
Factura. Yeah, I knew that one actually.
Cuentas.
Yeah. Cobro is like slang, I think.
It says if your answer is los biles
Bye, Gemini.
instead of facturas or cuentas, you are officially a no Sabo kid.
Well, it wasn't that, so.
Okay, what is el empacho?
El empacho. That one stumped me.
A medical mystery?
Oh, like empachado.
See?
Uh-huh, okay.
Yeah, you didn't know what it was, though.
No, I hear people say that, but I have no idea what that means. Like, oh, se empachó.
Yeah.
And I'm like, okay. Like, agarrar aire. I'm like, sí, agarró aire. I'm like, I don't know what that is.
Interesting.
Girl, I thought these were going to be rapid fire.
It's whole like prompts here. Okay. All right. Here we go. I'm telling it to make them a little harder.
Oh, come on.
Girl.
Okay, fine.
I'll start with the easy ones and then I'll do the...
Okay, fine.
Okay. Now we're talking.
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
Quick fire.
Okay, fuck.
Blanket.
Cobija.
Spoon.
Cuchara.
Belt.
Correa.
Yellow.
Amarillo.
Kitchen.
Cocina.
Shoes.
Zapatos.
Tomorrow.
Mañana.
Apricot.
Okay, this is a tough one. I say manguito,
Okay.
but it's not manguito.
Zipper.
Zipper.
Biles.
Wait, you have to tell me the right answer for the ones I get wrong.
Girl, I just have the list in English.
Oh, okay.
I'm going to say translate this list to Spanish. I'm not done with the list.
Yeah.
Drawer.
Gaveta.
Wasp.
Avispota.
Avispota.
I don't think that's right.
Ladder.
Escalera.
Wrist. You know this one.
Of course I do.
3, 2, 1.
Okay.
Muñeca.
Duh.
Schedule.
Horario.
Shadow.
Oh, they are getting hard. It starts with an E, I think. Sombra.
Yeah. Sneeze.
Estornudar.
That's a hard word.
Yeah.
Plumber.
Plomero. Shout out to Sabo.
All right. So apricot is albaricoque
Oh, okay. Yeah, I think I've looked that up before.
or chabacano,
Oh, okay.
damasco, depending on the region.
Okay.
Zipper. I am more familiar with cierre, but it says cremallera.
Oh, yeah. No, I didn't know either one of those. Zipper it is.
Drawer, I would have said gaveta as well. They said cajon.
No, they're wrong.
Avispa for wasp, but I thought that was bee.
So I think B is abeja.
Oh,
but
yeah.
it's like different. That's why I said avispota, because it's like, but that was me being funny. But I guess it is avispa.
Escaleras, right? Muñeca, horario, sombra, estornudo, and fontanero.
Is what?
Plumber or plomero.
Yeah.
I also think that there's the different words in different countries.
Of course.
Like, how do you say straw?
Pajilla.
Yeah.
What do you say?
Pitillo.
Mm-hmm. Steve says sorbete, which to me is ice cream.
Isn't there like popote?
Popote.
Popote.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that was fun.
That was fun.
I feel like
Wow.
I wouldn't have totally messed that up if you did it with me.
I
was scared.
I thought I would do better. It's okay. I'll go cry in my car.
Just buy more English Spanish books.
Honestly, shout out to Sabo. You know, they posted us on their story last month because Aurora has all the books. She has all the Canticos books, but she also has all the Sabo books. And I learned so much from them too. My favorite is the careers one. It's like a little pack. We'll link it to something.
Okay.
We'll like put it on stories or
How do
something,
you
but
say
it's like
careers?
a little pack.
Carrera? Isn't that race?
Yeah. No, well, what does it say? It says like oficios or something. It's like, you know.
See, some of those words I'm just like, I go the easy route, and then I'm quickly embarrassed because it's not the right word.
Yeah, like I remember once Edwin and we were talking about speaking Spanish or something, and he was like, well, how do you say building? Because he thought I wasn't going to get it right. And I said edificio. And he was like, growing up, I always thought it was buildings.
Dead.
He was like, I didn't think you were going to get it right.
I was not expecting that
at all. I was dying.
Aw, Edwin.
But I also took AP Spanish in high school, so that
I mean,
helps.
I can read and write in Spanish like perfectly, which is funny because if I can write
Lauren,
perfectly,
I feel like you don't give yourself enough credit.
If I can write perfectly, I should be able to speak perfectly, right?
I think your Spanish is really good. Like, I don't think my Spanish is perfect. So, it's hard to say like, anybody first generation Spanish is
good enough. I think where I get a little self-conscious is that I don't have like a true accent. It sounds like a gringa accent.
I don't hear that when you speak Spanish.
Well, thank you, I guess.
Like, you always say like, oh, it's not that great. And I'm like, sometimes like, do I not hear her speak Spanish enough? But I don't hear a gringa accent and I hear fluent Spanish. So
I mean,
maybe you don't give yourself enough credit.
Like, I can talk to people in Spanish and have a whole full conversation, but I do get self-conscious about talking about maybe bigger topics. Or, yeah, I guess maybe I struggle in English too. Maybe I'm just dumb.
Okay.
I'm just kidding. No, but like, for example, depending on what it is, I'd be really getting stuck sometimes. I'm like, hold on, let me Google it.
Yeah.
And then I Google it and I'm like, what? I've never heard that word before.
I mean, yeah, that happens to me too.
Yeah.
Or I'm like, oh, that's how you say that?
I don't know. Maybe it's just an insecurity from growing up and always being told that I'm not Latina enough.
Yeah. Could be it.
Yeah. And a lot of my friends are Central American. So my Spanish is very different.
Yeah.
Than Central American Spanish.
Yeah.
So there's also that. But then if I talk to a Venezuelan, it's like definitely not at that level of an accent. So I just feel like maybe I say it's not that good as a defense mechanism.
Yeah,
like,
I think so.
Don't make fun of me because it's not that good.
Yeah.
Just be glad that I'm talking to you in Spanish.
Because it is good. I promise you it's good.
Thank you. Affirmation.
Affirmation time. Now I want to make like a little jingle.
Can you make it about culture?
Yeah.
Language,
culture, Latinidad. How about my culture is a powerful tool?
I love that.
Yeah? Okay.
We really need to start writing these down.
Yeah, I mean, we had dreams of making a deck.
I still want to do that.
Yeah, me too. I think we will.
Okay.
Okay, my culture is a powerful tool. Thank you for that.
You're welcome.
Okay. Love you. Bye.
Love you. Bye.
Adios.
Ciao, ciao.
Salud.
Ciao, ciao for now.
Thank you so much for listening and being a part of the Mamilennials community. If you liked this episode, hit that follow button, connect on our socials, and don't forget to share with other mommies.
Want more? Head to our website, read our blog, grab some merch, and check out our other episodes. Until next time, bye.